Friday. Hi!
Hi, my name is Sean Blanchard.
My name's Jason Byrne. What are you talking about? What's your name?
Oh, Ethan.
Ethan.
Yeah.
What are we
And
talking about?
this is behind the song.
Oh, it's yeah. Okay.
What do you guys want to talk about today on this special episode of
Behind the song.
Behind the Song? You want to do?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? What?
Nothing. This song is called Do You Love Me?
Sir.
I just want to see what happens.
Sir.
I just want to see what happens.
Sir.
I just want to see what happens.
Sir.
I just want to see what happens. I missed. But,
So when this video releases, this song will be out.
yeah.
So, guys, what is your thoughts on Do You Love Me?
So Do You Love Me was based on I think I created the title, right? Yeah. So it's like how I had to ask that. But Do You Love Me was it's a very interpretive title. I think it's gonna stay that way.
Yeah.
But it started off with me making the riff. Jason already had lyric ideas, and so it really fit. And so me and him collaborated first, brought it to Chandler, and Chandler made some very good drums.
Yeah. The idea going into it for me was, I was going through a big, like, Linkin Park, Deftones kind of feel. So, like, when we were, like, making a beat, and Chandler was like, what do I do? I was like, listen to this. And I put on RX Queen by Deftones, and told Chandler, just do something like that. And it was like the hip hop kind of thing. So, like, then we got the vibe of the song. Hip hop, metal, heavy.
Yeah, and I didn't even have that introduction made.
Yeah.
But it kind of came, I'd say, very fluently on what I wanted it to be, and which was like a very eerie sound to start off with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it comes out that way. But at the same time, with it being slightly eerie, it has like mixed feelings.
And that's kind of like the interpretation of the song, of the title song.
It's asking, do you love me, meaning the song.
Yeah, it's very.
It could be.
Yeah, and the riff actually came from a very great artist, and his name is Jeff Buckley.
Yeah, Jeff Buckley.
And when I listened to So Real, and I was like, man, that is such a cool sound. And then I was like, you know what? I want something like that, but to also keep it my own.
Yeah.
Because I wanted something that had like a very resolved kind of sound going into it, but at the same time having it resolved is like still having those mixed feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I went for.
Like, also, I don't even remember you bringing the song to me and saying, like, hey, do something like this. So, from what I remember, I thought you told me, hey, we want to have it kind of like a hip-hop beat going into it.
Yeah.
So, I remember that part, and I think for the song in total, it's like a simple, like, groove for the entire song until the breakdown and the drop. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more technical, but I enjoy the song completely because it's something so different that we don't really do a lot. Like, we don't put any other genre like funky beat or anything like that. And I think sometimes because I follow the guitar, it sometimes doesn't feel off. But when you do listen to the song when the song's out, it's a very unique song that I really do enjoy.
Oh yeah. No.
And it's because there's layers, there's a lot of producing, there's a lot of towards the end I think there's synths. So I like that a lot also because we don't do that a lot in any of the songs that we do make. So I do really like the drum, vocal, and guitar parts in the entire song.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts in mind of my drumming mostly in the song?
So, I think our like "Do You Love Me" also. I was about to say our song. I think "Do You Love Me" has a very like. It's so like hopeful early 2000s sounding to me.
I
And
mean,
it's so real.
like like for some reason like when I do listen to the song, it doesn't bring me back to like one specific type of time, but it kind of with the riff in the drums in mind, it does sound like a little bit punk to me.
kind of crazy that this song is almost over a year old.
Is it?
It's almost, yeah.
Yeah, because when I was thinking about you said time period, I thought about like when like the lyrics were written, when we
Oh,
had
wow.
the idea of it, and
We made
it
this song
was-
before we even went to the concert.
Yes, and like, but yeah, when I wrote the lyrics, it was like about do you love me? like when you're like talking to somebody and you don't know, like they're being very like what you said, mixed feelings. And I know we weren't close. I know we weren't anything, but there's something about you that screams in my soul. Like that's like when you barely know someone, but you already feel it. You already feel like you want to be with them, and you just you know makes you go crazy. You know, that's do you love me?
So, is there actually any parts with with the producing and mixing where Ethan has done that people won't like? You know a lot of little details in the song, but is there things that you did do in the song that we will not hear if we listen to the song just once? Like, did you do a lot of layering, like details on what you did for Sims? Because I do know we always want to have small details in
Yeah.
the song that people don't really hear, but you know when you go into it very clearly, you can see so many details on what they did. So, is there a lot of stuff like that in the song?
So um, I think there is, and I think that goes back to um, the whole atmosphere thing. It's like atmosphere gets very overlooked, I think, in songs
Mhm.
because there's so many. There is a lot to focus on when layering songs like that,
Mhm.
and I think people are gonna like overlook it at first because they're gonna be paying attention to drums, guitar, all
Yeah.
that first, and then they aren't gonna really focus on like the atmosphere behind it, and you will find out that part. If I already said it, I don't remember.
I know,
But
I know there's a lot of things I did with it.
Oh yeah.
Like I went in like after practices into the mix and just like put in like small little harmonies and layers with the vocals. I know in the beginning, like when we're going like I know we were in close, like with close, I'll be like close and anything. Like I go like
Yeah.
Okay, mostly.
yeah, and there's this one part of the song that it's almost the climax of the song.
Almost.
Like, but like it's like the vocal like to feel your love. Like I did like a lot of layers on that part. Like I did like a good harmony like to feel your love. Like it's like that.
So there's like 5 or something like that.
Yeah,
for that.
and
Yeah, like
you aren't gonna hear that until like you listen to it a couple times,
mm,
and that's what I think is so special with this song is like this song it came from a lot of development stages that we were going through
mhm.
Yeah.
as people.
Like, I don't even think I was really like changing a lot of things when we were going forward with it. I feel like you guys were doing a lot more differences like you were adding one more part on like the chorus or something like that, or he was rechanging a line or two. So I feel like it's much more. You guys did a lot more detail work versus me. Like I just hit cymbals and hit drums. Like literally, if you think of it like, why the fuck do you name me? But like, to me, I'm like, hey, I've gotten better, and you have stated that to me
Yeah,
before
you have.
as like you've getting a lot more like technique with like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what you want to hit or blah blah blah. And I do feel like in the breakdown, is it the end?
Yeah.
It's much more heavier than I've ever have done for previous past songs that we have done, and I feel like that really does show where we have came from the first EP
Yeah.
to the third now.
Yeah, there's so many different things that I think you have done differently and have really gotten.
And I
better
feel
at.
also this EP will show you what differences I've been doing on this third one versus other ones. Like, you know, I always do like my simple, like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna do what I'm comfortable with. In this
Yeah.
one, I kind of go out of my way to challenge myself and kind of do something a little bit more differently. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't stay on my snare as much, or I don't like. I have about like 7, 9 cymbals, and I try to use almost every one of them in that song.
Yeah, and that shows a lot of development in what you want to do,
Yeah.
and it's like
And it's the tone in the volume what the cymbals do come.
yeah,
So if I want to be heavy, I'll go very hard with my ride. So I feel like in that song, you really will tell how perfect I would want to say that we wanted to make it.
yeah,
Like where you hear
The breakdown's very.
like the breakdown I think will be a lot of people's favorite. I showed a coworker of mine and he loved that point. Loved it. But he was like, I don't understand the beginning though. And it's like he's like, huh, it's interesting. So I feel like that's a lot of people's feelings when they go
Yeah.
into it is why is this kinda good?
Yeah, we're not supposed to be going. What the fuck? Nah, but
What the fuck?
I have a question for you, Sean.
Yeah, what's up?
So, when you say that you like the obvious, like yes, you've gotten better. Like, have you been like practicing like out of band practice and stuff? Like,
I've technically so this is kind of for the viewers. So I'm a self-taught drummer. So what that means is I've learned by my own, not by a music teacher. So what I do a lot more times, and yes, I do stuff out of the band. So you know, I would come down here maybe sometimes after work and just drum, and I will take parts on songs and try to teach them myself. So there are some times where I kind of take a part in a song and bring it into maybe Do You Love Me or other songs that I have done like Monster. So I mostly try to listen to a lot of different types of music with the beats, and that's what I do a lot of times, is because I can't read sheet music, I try to figure it out by ear. You can kind of think of me as like the Do, but with drums. It's not perfect that I can get that, but I will use what I need to know how to play a type of beat. Like, what was it like? I was playing, so if you go on our to TikTok, I was playing the intro of Smells Like Teen Spirit. And for some reason, Ethan thought it was a different song. I'm not trying to bash him.
No.
And then they pull up, 11 Fingers, was it?
Yeah, finger 11.
Yeah, Finger 11. And I've listened to that song more than once, so I knew how to play it already. So when they, yeah, you have 10. But when you, when they first actually started the song, they kind of looked at me like, oh wow, he actually kind of knows how to play the song. And that's kind of what I do. On my spare time, I listen to any type of song. So I really liked that day because I actually could remember how it was played in my head. So because I'm a software drummer and that's what I do, I listen to a bunch of songs. So when they played it, I was like, okay, boom. I knew what to do. So that's what I do a lot of times with songs is I take a little part of one song, bring it to the band, try to see what I can do with it, or change it up to kind of bring it towards where it should lead to the guitar or song. Like we have a song called "The Death of You."
Yeah.
It's a straight drum with the vocals, and
Yeah.
we don't do anything like that before. But I know songs that I've heard before that does follow vocals with the drums. So I think I brought that up to you
Yeah.
guys about that. But that's what I'm saying is I learn a bunch of songs and bring it to the table, or I do practice outside the band. So there's a big thing that I do with my drums also is I place my cymbals in different places and try to learn, different techniques and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest still. But I think that's kind of what really makes this band really interesting
Yeah.
is I was a self-taught drummer at 8th grade. You've been singing your entire life and
No.
no?
No, I started professionally taking it seriously like freshman year.
Freshman year, wow, okay.
Yep. I somehow got into chorus. I don't remember how I got into chorus, but that's when I got into chorus, and like I guess there's been like some instances where like flashes of like, ooh, this guy can actually sing, and then like most of the time it's, what are you doing? Shut up. Like and like so like when I first started singing, I was like and then like one day in freshman year, I kind of did like a male opera like and then they were like, woo, what the heck? How did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know, and then I never did it again.
I don't know.
Like even that wasn't even good. But like I haven't started singing till like freshman, like in wanting to sing like for a rock band.
Yeah.
That came like junior year.
Oh, wow.
So like, and that's when the band started. So that's when that happened.
But you had a band before that.
So 6th grade, I was doing this like big Queen phase. Like I love Freddie Mercury and Queen and all that. So me and my friend Nathan, we wanted to start a band. We called it the Kinks. And then that kind of, we didn't do anything. There was nothing with that. It was just an idea. And then sophomore year is when that Band Before Nameless happens.
I was gonna ask you about that one.
Yep, Eyes of Enemy. Like there was a couple songs written, artwork and stuff. Me and Tyler played.
So, from what I'm hearing, this has been the longest band.
7 years.
7 years.
Yep, 17, 18, 19, 20.
And about like maybe 2 years ago, we actually started doing shit.
Yeah, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Not a full year yet.
Well, yeah, it started at the end of 2017. But if you want to count it, the band started in 2017, so that was year one.
Year one. Okay.
Yes, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
Do we have any more
mathematics.
else about the
Not the best.
Yeah.
behind the song for this one?
Yes, I actually wanted to get into another thing, and that is, really to show the development of not just the drummer, but also the vocalist.
You shit.
Jason, I wanted him to be much harder on himself during this EP3 process as well, and I should have gotten into it a lot more on the other video, but I wanted to just quickly talk about how great it was to record with him, because I really liked how picky we were really getting. I liked how more of Jason's vocals really shined during this song and most of the other, or every other EP3 track.
Yeah, like, for EP3, I'd say my inspirations for this one was definitely number 1, Jeff Buckley, number 2, Spencer Sotelo, number 3, Chino Moreno, and then of course Chester Bennington. He's always going to be like the inspiration of why I sing. But like, I definitely, when I go into things, I want to like be like, all right, where can I put inspiration from this guy into this part of the song? And for the breakdowns, yeah, it's basically all Chino Moreno with this new kind of scream that you're gonna hear. But and with Do You Love Me, like the inspiration with the riff was Jeff Buckley, and there's one part in the song where it's definitely like I want to get that vibrato, I want to get that pitch, kind of like what Jeff Buckley does. And even with Time's Up, like that's where, like in the middle part of that song, that's where I definitely was like, all right, I want to get like Jeff Buckley's like length of like
Yeah.
how long
Okay.
he can last in a note and stuff.
And
So.
I really like how more developed your voice has gotten.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like compared to every EP, it's like
It has
this
something
one
funny
is
to say.
such a huge leap, dude. So
I feel like the band that really, like, recently got me really, I wouldn't say into drumming, but with this one person from their band, from how I drum now, and because I feel like I'm similar to the drummer kind of, because people say he's shit, but my own drummer friend, has said this before. Metallica Laws. I actually like his drumming style, so I almost every time that I'm behind the drum set, I kind of feel like he's decent at some songs that, as my friend has said before, but I feel like I'm very similar to that mostly. Like I do look up to Metallica greatly with the drum, guitar work, and James's voice, but I feel like that's the band right now that I'm always really into with the drumming style, playing and singing.
You definitely advanced over your hero then, because oh my god, you're already way better than Lars. No need
I
to
can't
worry.
do double pedals, so he's better.
Oh, you'll get that.
But
But,
yeah, it's crazy, and I really liked how Do You Love Me really shows that development.
Yeah.
I
It
think
is like a big picture kind of.
I think that's the better thing as well, where that is the opening of the EP, and it does kind of show you like, oh, this is where they're kind of bringing it now.
Yeah.
Like it's hard. Like I think almost in every EP to the next one, it gets harder. So, and if I'm correct,
Yeah, it does.
I swear this one's the hardest from the EP and to Do You Love Me. It gets a little bit more harder, and I truly enjoy the whole song of Do You Love Me because of different how it's played and how heavy it is in different parts.
It's so diverse.
And it's diverse, and I think that's what really you'll be seeing in a lot of the songs probably going later in the future, that we probably will be a lot more better at making and performing it. And
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite fucking thing with the songs that we have now, is we are diverse, we do kind of push ourselves, and we kind of get to that level where, okay, what can we do next? What
Yeah.
can we make versus Do You Love Me could be bigger. And I
Yeah.
have no doubt that Do You Love Me will be one of the better ones that we have out there.
Oh yeah.
So, in conclusion, Do You Love Me? First track on the title on the EP. What? And it's definitely like one of the greatest. So that's Do You Love Me?
So if you guys enjoy this video about behind the scenes of Do You Love Me, please hit the like button if you do enjoy this video. Subscribe to our channel. If you are not, please subscribe. We want to get more viewers and some fans. If you just want to see us, viewer, great. Fan, thanks. But if you guys do want to hit the bell to get any of our notifications, please do. We'll be posting as much as we can. And again, guys, if you do like this video, thank you again. We do appreciate you guys. And have a good day. Bye. Say Saquon!